Happy Friday, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is July 21st. And today, let's destroy a few things. I would like to take five common speaking myths and bust them open because they are starting to piss me off. And then I want to make an offer. So here's the deal. There are a bunch of things that are holding people back from success at public speaking, and I would like to set them on fire or taser them or, something equally violent. You can come up with some ideas that should be fun. So let's start with them one at a time, shall we? The first one, you have to be an extrovert or you're born with it. No, no, not even close to true. Is it easier for people who are theatrical, extroverted goofballs like me? Yes. However, a lot of the best public speakers are introverts. And every public speaker that's good always continues to practice their craft because this is an art form, like many, that as soon as you stop working on it, it starts to diminish. So it's one of those things where you can get good and then you just work on maintaining it. It's not a lot of effort to maintain it. In fact, it's a hell of a lot of fun doing things to maintain it. You can justify doing some amazingly goofy shit in the service of your public speaking. Like I decided I needed to take an improv class because I've always wanted to and it helps with my work. There's a bunch of stuff that you can wrap into that bubble of continuing your improvement. So you do not have to be an extrovert and nobody's born with it. The next one, experienced people have nerves. This cracks me up. No, 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 no. It is not that you should never have nerves. Of course, you should have nerves. You're a human being. If you don't have any nerves before you're going on a stage or going into a webinar or something, um, I'm kind of a little concerned. We should talk about that. The thing is that the paralyzation, the trapped fear, the oh my God, I'm gonna make an ass of myself. That's what we work on to get rid of. But I love my butterflies. All right. I have butterflies in my stomach every time I go to talk, but they fly in formation because they have trained to. All right. So that's how it works. You're not going to be not nervous. Even, I've been doing this for 25, I don't know, 24 or 5 years, something like that. Do things like this make me nervous? No. But do I have a buzz? Yeah, because I like public speaking. However, every time I have a new gig, every time I'm doing a new session, a new webinar, a completely new topic, a completely new audience, do I have to work on my nerves? Of course. And that's normal. It's 100% a common thing. So it's not that you should not have nerves. It's that the nerves should not wreck you is really the issue. All right. Next one. I'm sorry. This this is crap. This is not true. This is not even a little true. The deck is not keeping you on track. It's trapping you because you have to be able to work without it. You have to. And I'm sorry, I know this is bad news, but the deck keeps you on when you are more concerned about the deck than your audience. And the only way to be a bad public speaker is to care completely about your own voice and your own message and not care about the audience. And I'm certain you care about the audience. So the deck is to serve you. It's to add context. It's to add more to what you're saying, but you have to be able to step off of it. And sometimes having a really detailed deck traps you because you're doing this and then they ask something and that's on slide 40. So you can have really detailed decks, but you've got to be able to adapt in the moment and move off of them. They're not keeping you on track. They are a gilded cage for most people. They're a fantastic tool when used correctly. Almost nobody uses them correctly. This one came up again recently. People don't want to answer questions in webinars. I'm sorry, that's not true. People really want to engage. They want to answer questions. They want to be involved. They don't feel like it's okay. And it's not that you told them it wasn't okay, but maybe you didn't tell them enough that it was okay. So, one of the problems with doing webinars or online presenting, now I'm doing this live, but I'm not tied into the comments right now because I have a very specific list of things I'm covering. But I will keep an eye on the comments, and if somebody, by all means, asks a question, I will stop what I'm doing and I will step off on that, and that's a choice I'm making. You don't have to make that choice, but you do have to start the engagement early. Within the first few minutes of a class or a webinar, it's critical that you start that engagement because you have to let people know what you expect from them and what they can expect from you. So people do want to engage. You do not ever have to hear crickets, honestly. And then this is the one that pisses me off. I can't practice too much. It makes me stiff. And I'm sorry I'm doing the obnoxious voice on that, but no, no, wrong, no, wrong. Over practicing doesn't make you stiff unless you're so tied to your material that you're reciting it. And if you're doing that, make a damn video. That's what videos are for. I have a list of things I'm covering. I'm making a video right now. I'm also going to keep an eye on the chat because this is a live engagement still. But you can't over practice. You can practice incorrectly. And I'm sorry if I'm being a jerk about that, but it's true. If you practice correctly, you are practicing not only the linear version of your content, but what if I do just this bit and just this bit together? What if instead I do this and this in reverse order? Let me practice just those pieces. You have to be able to adapt on the fly. You have to be able to flex all of that. It's super important. Okay. There is no such thing as over practicing. There is over memorization. Thank you, Angel. Everybody loves a dog. Excuse me. I'm going to mute. It's so helpful having an animal when you're trying to do a live stream. There you go, goofball. Okay. This is what happens. This is public speaking. You cannot control whether you have enough time. You cannot control the temperature of the room. You cannot control whether or not somebody falls out of their chair or your dog barks. You really can't. You just have to roll with it. And you 100% can do that. Okay? And I hide that. So the deal is this. Nobody's bad at public speaking. They're underprepared or untrained at public speaking. The only way to be bad at public speaking is to be so in love with your own voice and your own message and not care at all about the audience and I am the smartest person in the room, come worship at the shrine of me. That's a bad public speaker. Everything else is just not prepared. And that's fixable. So, if you have something you want to work on and you want to you're super busy, you're slammed, but you want to get something fixed. You want to make, enough changes that you want people to engage with you, or you want to be able to practice something. Hop into my Linktree and everything's there. All my connections are there. You can buy an hour and just bang out an hour. Okay. You can get on a discovery call. We can talk about structuring something together, working on your class to make maximum amounts of engagement and have people really participating. Or you're going to talk to the board, or you're going to talk to a crucial client and you want to have some practice. That's what I'm here for. And the people that I want to work with are people who are very intelligent, goofy, maybe. You don't have to be, but it's a helpful thing. Little geeky, or a lot geeky, even better. And also care. If you do not care about your subject, if you are not committed to making a difference in the world, you're not my client. But if you are, if your stuff matters, if your voice matters, let's work together. Okay. And please remember those 5 myths because they are making me nuts this week. And this is clearly a goat scream moment. So the goat has spoken. Bye, everybody.